you know, more of a playmaking mid, and most playmaking mids do okay against the Queen of Pain.
There is also the fact though that the Lone Druid, if he doesn't get ganked, can pretty much not win mid by killing the other, but can farm as much as he wants in the mid lane, so it's always possible that the Lone Druid will be there.
One thing I do like about Lone Druid as well is where you can just place him anywhere, you know, even as an offlaner, as Admiral Bulldog style, he's quite a good hero, but
yep.
I think they're more likely to play it as like an aggressive tri-lane if they want to put Lone Druid solo. But with Dazzle and Witch Doctor, I don't think that's really an option this game.
10 seconds remaining.
So what I'm seeing so far is loads of sustain from Manchester. The Witch Doctor heal and all the Dazzle stuff alongside the Bear is going to be very, very difficult.
Reserve time.
Yeah, to kill that Bear early on is going to be a nightmare. It's going to have, you know, 2,000 plus HP like quite early on, and then with the heals and the Grave, it's just going to be a nightmare to kill it. And as well, the Lone Druid can just sit at the back, just chilling out while his Bear does all the work.
Bat Rider!
Yeah, they'll pick up the Bat Rider. I'm trying to. They do need to find a way to deal with this Bear early. They've got a little bit of minus armor from the Vengeful Spirit. I wouldn't be surprised if they pick up something else. Shadow Fiend not really very popular at the moment. Neither is Slardar, which was the previous big minus armor hero. So we'll just have to see what we go for. I don't know. This is just a best of one. The loser of this is out of this qualifier. They can play again in the second one, but they're out of this one if you lose this game. So Manchester may well just be going for, you know, a cheese strat, overwhelm their opponents with some like unbeatable push, like some very, very hard to deal with early push, 10 or so minutes.
Another thing they can do, like right there with the push, you know, with just constantly healing the creep wave with Voodoo and Shadow Wave. Yeah, it's just going to destroy a tower quite early with the Lone Druid. And something like, you know, Death Prophet's already gone, but they could sort of maybe even just throw an early mech in the mix with, say, a Viper mid or something like that.
Yep, Viper mid again, very another hero that's going to be super hard to take down. Plus the fact that they've got all this sustain, it's essentially might just be looking to make an invincible team here in the early game before anyone can get enough farm to properly deal with them. Cambridge are going to have to think about what their position 1 hero is going to be. This is almost certainly going to be a Bat Rider mid. I don't think we really see Bat Rider played anywhere else right now. Occasionally in a duel off, but the vast majority of the Bat Rider games we see on kind of a competitive level are usually in the mid lane. There's a lot of time being used by Manchester here. They've only got 15 seconds of reserve time left, and they're going to just pick up the anti-mage. So
that's quite an interesting one from Robbie. That's going to be Robbie's hero. He plays a lot of anti-mage. We were saying yesterday how, you know, he wouldn't pick anti-mage ever again, and look what he's gone and done. He's picked himself the anti-mage. And I think it could work out quite nicely here. If Lone Druid can win his lane mid, which I'm assuming, he should, you know, create a lot of space for that anti-mage just to farm and farm and farm.
Yeah, I guess this is going to have to be a 4+1 thing. It's going to be 4 people pushing one lane and the anti-mage getting what he can in the other, like forcing the team to react to one of the two, and then it's just going to be Cambridge losing the towers left, right and centre. But this is super, super greedy. Lone Druid and anti-mage are both heroes which need to be pushing like a lane and like 1 or 2 lanes and taking the jungle. So they are going to have to work extremely hard to make room for these 2 heroes. And their actual aggression killing heroes potential is really low right now. The Witch Doctor ult is basically the best thing they've got, and they can hope for a Lone Druid route. There's very, very little potential for actually killing heroes in any kind of engagement, whether it's kind of a small, scrappy fight with 1 or 2 heroes or a big team fight. They are just completely outpicked in terms of fighting here. I don't know if the last pick here is going to resolve that somehow. I don't know what it might be, but they need to find some serious aggression if they're going to want to be able to have any notion of control in this game. And Cambridge will pick up the Sven. They've got loads of lockdown. How many stuns do they have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a lot of stuns. And they've got Swap. Yeah, they've got a lot of CC here. And a lot of damage with the Sven, the Vengeful Spirit aura.
There's not really just stuns as well from the Team Cambridge side. You've got things like Ice Shards and Napalm. Flame Break, sorry. Just making it awkward to fight for the Dire team. So if you do want to fight, you're going to have to go around a lot of like little obstacles to try and actually...
Yeah, the Frozen Sigil as well is something that's just overlooked so much. I think it was the ice shards that was nerfed to Tusk, but the frozen sigil has stayed exactly the same, and we've seen the occasional game where the Tusk picks up the frozen sigil just for the level 1 fight and absolutely crushes. So Razor is going to be their answer to try and find a little bit of damage in the early game. This is a very low control.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Obviously, it's an obvious target who Razor's going to static link in this game, I think, it seems. Obviously, the Sven being the main damage dealer for Cambridge, but in terms of lockdown, you've got Paralyzing Cask and Lucky Roots, really, at the moment, so up against a Sven, it could be quite difficult.
Yeah.
There
is still the problem for Cambridge of dealing with the bear fast enough. Sven isn't really the ideal one to deal with. They do have Vengeful Spirits done, and even the lasso. Using the lasso on the bear for the first 15 minutes of the game is totally fine, I think. That's pretty much equal to a kill anyway, unless you're getting it on a big important farmer like the AM. So they'll have a few ways to get it out of the way early. The Lone Druid, I don't really see any way for these heroes, for the Lone Druid and the Anti-Mage to escape ganks.
So at the moment, I'm seeing it could be a potential, even with the Dazzle Witch Doctor, it's not an aggressive try, but an off-lane tri-lane. Just because Anti-Mage against a Batrider, I think he'll be okay. He'll be annoying, but I think he'll be able to last hit against him just fine. Anyway, good old puppy paws right at the start, and this makes it a great time to shout out to all of our sponsors. Shout out, boys. Yeah, I know. So, I'd shout out to Twitch. Obviously, you know who Twitch are. You know, we're streaming on them right now. We've got the Nil, who are helping organise a lot of the tournament by using their what would you call it? Like their online league format, whatever you want it. Got MSI, do great motherboards and other computery parts. Gamers Apparel, who are actually providing some nice gaming hoodies for the finalists. Computer Planet, who also do some computer related things. That makes it really awkward. I can't just do shout outs that well. And last but not least, University of Manchester, who are putting on another great tournament. Been there 2 years and had a lot of fun. So to start this game off, Cambridge are heading quite aggressively towards the top lane with a smoke. Are we expecting to see some early action? Like, they have got a lot of stuns, and it could be quite easy for them to get a kill here.
It depends. If there's anyone at the bottom of this hill when they wrap around up this way, then someone's going to get caught. It looks like the Witch Doctor's just going to hang around there whilst he's waiting for the rune. He does walk back over now. He's maybe realising and sticking back, trying to get back with his team. Dazzle is getting there. They are going to come in behind these guys, and the level 1 fight is pretty damn weak from Manchester here, and they're going on the Witch Doctor. The snowball is straight in. The Sven's done afterwards. The Venge done to follow up. Dazzle leveled his heal, so he's not going to get any save. The Witch Doctor cast bounces through 3 right now, and they're going to try and take the Lone Druid, but I don't think they're going to be able to die for it. So that's going to be a nice cleanup. Don't lose too much. They'll take the first blood, and looks like okay, Razor isn't even going to bother going down to the bounty ring.
Also, shout out to the observer. You're not actually observing. You're just looking at a rock.
Oh, really? Is there nobody? Oh, I see. I see how this is. Okay, whatever. We'll just have to deal with it as it comes. So the Lone Druid is doing kind of the usual shenanigans of pulling through back to his tower to try and tank it there. The lanes. What were we expecting here?
So obviously the Lone Druid's pulling the old Lone Druid trick, pulling the lanes around, but this top lane's going to be quite difficult for the Anti-Mage, I think. Yeah,
it's going to be. That's one way to put it for sure. I think the harass potential is quite nice from the Witch Doctor and the Dazzle. Definitely better than the super low range Venge and the melee Tusk. The harass potential is there, but yes, TeamSpeak. Zervacam is awesome. Yep.
I think one of the main lanes that I find the University of Manchester could come back on is mid lane. Like the other lanes, I think they're just, not destined to lose, but going to have a really quite a tough time to come back on. So if Razor can get some farm up, maybe get something like an Aghanim Scepter quite early, they can just come back from him doing massive damage from his ultimate on towers and all that. So another initiation on top lane. Witch Doctor once again being the target. They have got Grave, I believe.
Going down.
No Grave yet. Didn't click the hero then, that's strange. Anti-Mage trying to get some return on the Tusker, just right-click him away, but not really getting too much.
Yep, the bottom lane, I imagine is going to be just a wash. Both sides should be able to farm. It's
Who can farm more?
I mean, I think they'll both probably farm equally. The back can move over to the jungle quite easily, but there's nobody stacking it for him, and Lone Druid could always contest, so it's whatever. Maybe the bat has a slight advantage here for the first few levels. When Root comes up, maybe there's a chance of a kill from the Lone Druid. You were talking about mid, the Razor and the Lina. I feel like this would usually be a Lina kind of favoured lane. The CS at the moment is almost even, 8-3, 8-2, so
he has got that comeback mechanic, definitely, or just, you know, not really losing any damage, as she can still potentially last hit with her spells instead of her right clicks.
Yep. Top lane is going to be a kill to the Sven first. Will be followed up by the Witch Doctor, but Tuski's going to die for this. He's almost certainly going to die for it as well. The cast almost stops that kill from going off, and it ends up being a double kill for AM. That's not the kind of situation you want to be getting in. Vengeful Spirit took the Howl of Terror instead of the Aura. I don't know whether that's good or not. I think it's okay.
I think it's quite small damage anyway at the very moment. You know, it'd only be an extra 7 or so damage, but the minus armor, you know, stacks quite nicely at the start, where armor is really important. How much it affects you on the early levels. With
a rotation from the Tusk bot lane, manages to take out the Lone Druid, so this is definitely going to cement the early advantage that Batrider should be getting here. What do you think Cambridge's plan is right now? Do you think they're going to keep trying to go aggressive in this top lane, or now that they've fed the levels and fed the double kill, do you think it's
time to
let that one go?
And they can't really harass out the anti-mage. Now they've got their main healing spells up. Can't click any of the heroes, that's strange. Yeah, so now Dazzle's got his Grave. It's quite easy to keep anti-mage alive if you need to, and obviously Witch Doctor's going to be leveling up that heal, I believe.
Yeah.
Start.
Lina is getting pretty much uncontested runes right now. Is she very close to level 6? She's on 200 XP, which she will get from this creep wave, and I expect that when she gets that, the Razor will be...
Yeah, with that regen rune, she can just go for him. If it doesn't work, she can just regen all her mana up either way.
Top lanes, and the Bouncer's not quite enough to take down the Sven. Dazzle levels up the Q, which is interesting. We don't see that much anymore, but just throws it on the bench to make sure.
Yeah, I didn't really expect it from this lane at least. I thought it would have been a really
now mid lane, Tusk has rotated, the Lina isn't even going to need the ult for this. Witch Doctor rotates in, flickers on the heal, but it's not going to do anything, and Lina now is 6 CS ahead and has a kill.
But I think she's going to regen and just go once again for that Witch Doctor. You know, she's still got her ult. More even just go for the double kill on Razor and just send him back once, then send him back again.
Yeah, bot lane. I think we saw the Batrider try to engage onto Lone Druid, but Lone Druid obviously got the root. So the Batrider gets taken down there, and that's a nice little bit of comeback for the Lone Druid. I don't know what he plans on doing with that. He's just picked up boots on both his bear and his hero. So, do you think this is a Radiance game for the bear? I guess it has to be, right?
I think Radiance would be a really nice item. Just send the bear forward, disabling blinks from Batrider, potentially Sven, depending on how he builds, and potentially Lina.
Yeah, the mischance as well is just quite a pretty big deal. With there are going to be some super strong right clicks with their Vendora and the Sven ult. Going to be
knocking down 17% of Sven's damage is going to be really needed.
Yeah. I think Sven probably will get an early BKB. It looks like he's going to go for the drum, so maybe it's going to be like drum Master Commanders or drum Helm BKB. I don't imagine he'll be going for the SMY before that.
He might just want to have a load of health to combat the load of health on the Manchester team, I believe. You know, he goes like a drum, then sort of maybe even just casual Sanjin Yasha or something like that, or BKB. He's going to have probably about 1600 health quite early on in the game, with not really too much farm. But talking about farm, Anti-Mage is actually done this lane quite well. He's got 40 last hits in just over 6 minutes, and we thought it was going to be a difficult lane. He's got his treads. He's starting on his Battle Fury now. He's got the Ring of Health there.
Yeah, just that overextension leading to Anti-Mage getting the double kill was pretty much the end of that lane for Cambridge. So he's been left largely alone for the last minute or so, like 2 or so minutes. So
and
he
because of
will
that,
be able to
it's
catch
just
up pretty fast.
Yeah, because of that, it's just made Cambridge have to rotate the lanes out and just go back to the standard laning and just put a tri-lane bottom.
Now mid lane, the snowball is coming in. There's a DD on the Lina, and she's even got the ult. There's no way Razor lived through this. Where's the ult? Throw some right clicks. There it is. Yeah, the double damage was
That double damage definitely needed for the end of that one.
The Lina actually was pretty confident with that. She didn't even bother using the stun, so obviously all calculated.
Once again, Anti-Mage just farming away. He's now on neutral creeps, whatever creeps he really fancies at the moment.
Yeah, they've got some important kills around the map. They've got a kill on the Razor. They've got, I think, 2 kills onto the Lone Druid. No, just the one. So the support rotations have done something, but they need to find a way to rotate the cores and deal with the Anti-Mage. This is probably going to come when the Bat Rider has his blink, and now the Lone Druid is going to be going down again. I don't think he's going to be getting out of this one. He gets a lucky route onto the Spare.
Oh, he's got this cool...
Crippling,
cool enough
crippling
though.
Fear, I don't even know what it's called. Savage Roar. Okay, so he actually will get away. The Savage Roar and the lucky route onto the Sven at the beginning of that just means there's no way to do any damage. The Lone Druid, the super balanced hero, managed to crawl out of that.
I think quite a lot comes down to these supports getting these rotations in for the Graves or the Witch Doctor heal in, just to make sure your carries survive, because I think Tusk and the Avenger at the moment just running around the map.
Bat Rider is almost certainly going to be taking down the Dazzle here. The slow isn't going to be enough. The lasso will be committed to dragging back through. He attempts for the Grave, but the 0.4 cast point is too hard to play Dazzle this patch, and that's the end of him. Yeah, nice easy pick up for the Bat. Doesn't even need his Blink Dagger for that, and now he only needs 1700 more gold. It's a small stack for him to take here. He wants to rotate and do that, which he probably will do when he's got his Firefly back up. Razor sat mid is getting pretty far behind. The 30 CS in 9 minutes, it isn't abysmal, but it's a sign that he's obviously losing the lane pretty handily to the Lina.
Lone Druid doesn't really seem to have too much either. You know, he's going for that Midas, it seems, with that casual glove of haste there. But how long will it be?
Middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, I don't know. He's also got the ring of regen, so he's picking up the tranquils on his hero as well. For now, he's just making sure he's got the attack speed for the higher chance on the bear. Isn't too uncommon a thing to do. Are there any stacks in jungle here? Oh, the snowball going over the top, taking the Sven. It's going to be a tough kill though, and it's probably just going to lead to someone going down on the other side here. Yeah, Tusk, rest in peace.
Not quite surviving that one.
Yeah, that was too much from everything. I'm not sure who everything is. I know all the other players on Cambridge. I don't know if everything is like a new player or a stand-in or somebody that's changed their name, but that wasn't quite the play, dragging the Sven into that. The Sven pretty much ran away immediately after throwing his stun, so the Sven knew it as well. So
not for you.
A little bit too much confidence from the Tusk there, but losing the Tusk isn't a huge deal here. It was 200 gold to the Druid, and a little bit of area gold.
So a big pickup for now. Bat Rider getting his Blink Dagger means they can get potentially some more initiations and kickoffs. But still, once again, Anti-Mage is just farming away up top. 78 last hits in just over 10 minutes, and he's probably looking at 13-14 minute Battle Fury, and then just snowballing from there.
He's farming very well here, but the things to deal with him are coming up very, very fast. Lina will have, Lina has got the Yules flying out now, and Lina, on her own, timed that stun well. Lina at level 11 with the ult, almost certainly kill the Anti-Mage there, especially when she gets the Axe. There's just no chance. We'll be going down mid here. The Laguna Blade takes
on
Razor. Sven has found his level 6. I don't know if they want to go straight for a kill without that.
And there's the Bat Rider.
There you go.
Pulled the Lone Druid back. That was a little bit slow. They might actually be able to get a lucky route here.
Yeah, it was the Savage Roar that just forced the Sven back there. They will be able to slow down the Druid, and he's not going to be able to run fast enough. I think they'll actually get 2 kills from this. Dazzle, hard to play. Tusk comes in.
Missed the Grave. Meanwhile, mid, Lina's actually dived the tower just to get this Witch Doctor kill. It's going to be quite an easy one.
She will get him, that's no problem. The cast doesn't bounce
Dire's bottom tower
And
is under attack.
the Lina will just TP on the top of the hill there. Anti-Mage wanted to blink up, but he didn't have the mana for his mana void. He TP'd in there. Kind of a waste of time, but he will just be able to move over to the creeps. Could really be spending this time pushing out top lane, but Cambridge feeling like they can ignore the AM for now. They've now got the tools to deal with him. They've got the Battle Rider Blink, they've got the Eel Scepter on the Lina, and I imagine soon enough it'll have to be before the Manta comes out, I'd say, on the Anti-Mage, but that'll be a little while yet. Cambridge probably feeling quite confident they've got what they need, but they need to not get, complacent at this stage, or else the Anti-Mage will be very much taking over. What do you think Manchester want to do here? What do you think is their play right now? They're quite a long way behind in kills.
It's a really hard call there. I would say let the anti-mage farm, but even if they do that, they can't defend all their towers from that amount of stuns, because like you saw just now, that Lina just dived the tower just to get the quick kill on the Witch Doctor. And I think dive's going to happen more frequently now. Things like the Bat Rider's got his blink. Huss starting to get a little bit tanky, but level 6 out on him with the Walrus Punch, and eventually Venge will have her swap. But even the little harass spells there on the Razor almost knocked him down to just under half health.
Yep, the Witch Doctor has managed to find his levels. He's at level 6, and being level 6 at 12 minutes, it's not great, but at least you've got there at this point the Tusk. And so yeah, the supports are actually evening out. The Tusk and the Venge, level 6 and 5 respectively. Who are they going on here? They want to try and take out the anti-mage. They're going to start with the Yule Time Fashion. Snowball is coming in. The timing is perfect for all the spells together, and there we go.
No chance.
Really
a lot of
good
spells
execution.
using them.
Yeah.
I really like that Snowball Yule's timing as well.
Yeah.
Pretty much perfect there.
Yeah, that was great. The Smoke of Deceit here on the floor. Give me that! Fucking Bat Rider just gets the Smoke of Deceit for free.
BM. Meanwhile, bottom Lone Druid's just lost his bear, and it might be the end of him as well. It's just going to turn around.
Yeah, Sven
quite have his stun.
Did have the God Strength, but he doesn't have a Drome or a Blink. He didn't have any way to catch up. He's got the Helm of the Dominator, so I imagine there's going to be the Ancient stacking has begun.
It's actually quite a greedy build from this Sven, I've just noticed. He's only got 1 point in the stun.
Oh, is he going to get it? The root?
He's going to get the kill, yeah.
And the bear is going to be gone for the next 100 seconds.
And that's 2 towers in quick succession for the Radiant Cambridge team there.
Yeah, I can't imagine they're even going to give up the mid lane here. Yeah, Bat Rider's TP'ing back, and he's still got his lasso. He didn't use it for any of that. He might be in a little bit of trouble now. The Witch Doctor doesn't even bother throwing the cast because no creeps or heroes nearby for it to bounce to. And now Bat Rider wants to follow over the river. The only stun there is the Witch Doctor, so if he finds anyone, they're going to be going down the lasso. Goes out onto the Dazzle, and he will just about get the grave out. The Witch Doctor is channeling. He's doing a lot of damage to the Lina. He does get stopped by the Flame Break. The Tusk is rolling forwards just to save himself there, I think. Will just about get taken down from the right click. Now the Laguna Blade committers just be getting away from this Razor.
That damage on that Laguna Blade is huge at that level.
Yeah, and a nice controlled fight. It's kind of a little bit messy. The Tusk again does die at the front lines, but I think he was just kind of making space, making sure his cores could do whatever they wanted during that. And
so Sven is going to be exceptionally tanky in a short moment's time. He's just bought himself a Sange, which I believe is on the courier coming out, and he's also gone for the drums, so he's going to be sitting on nearly 2,000 health at 15 minutes into the game.
Now, this is going to be a kill on the Lina. Look at that, 700 gold for the AM. She was really caught out there. I don't know what she was trying to do. I think she was going for a rune, and the Dazzle on the AM were just kind of hanging around nearby. That's a nice little boost of gold for the anti-mage, and it's going to be a lot of XP handed over as well. The Lina has picked up a Shadow Blade, but she didn't have mana to use it during that. That's super unfortunate. But now, with the Shadow Blade, if we just look at the network, I'm sure, Lina and Sven are on par with the AM here, and Snowball
that's
the hill.
a bad place to be.
Yeah, that's rest in peace. These two, they are
I
not
think
getting out
Dazzle's
of
going
this
to
one.
fall as well.
Yeah, no way he's getting away from that, and that's a nice couple of kills. The creeps pick up the Dazzle, but Sven takes down the Witch Doctor. They were trying to do something to deal with the ancient stacking, but I don't think even if you throw all the heroes at this, they're going to be able to take it out. The Lone Druid has got his bear back. He's currently farming the top lane. He's got 1,000 gold in his pocket. That ain't going to be enough. And now, rest in peace, buddy. He's going to be going down. to the Lina. Didn't even need to use the Yules for that, just started with the right click with the extra Shadow Blade damage. Now Anti-Mage starts the split push, he's going to be going straight into the Vlads after this. He's not feeling that it's too desperate to go for the immediate Manta style. I guess the more defensive build for what he's playing against here, the Vlads.
Still an extra 15% damage, which is okay for pushing the lanes, but yeah, he's just got to be defensive as anything, I suppose.
Yeah, it feels like there's a lot riding on this AM. He's farming okay. He's farming approximately as well, maybe a little bit less well than you'd want the Anti-Mage to be at this stage, but he's doing okay.
About 50 or so GPM behind the Sven, and the Sven's been a lot more active around the map.
Yeah, what do you think there is a point in this game that the Anti-Mage can get to where he will be able to do enough if his team are as far behind as they are now? Do you think he'll ever be able to 1v5 against these heroes?
So I find that even if they had a good start, it'd be quite difficult. Just the amount of stuns they've got on the Radiant team, you know, he can just lock down that Anti-Mage. Unless, maybe if he goes something like a BKB, but even then you've got the lasso that will go straight through it. It's really quite a difficult game to come back on, I find.
Yeah,
I think they really need to execute that push in the first, 10-15 minutes. Got to say all the tier 1s and maybe
I think he's going to be going down here. Almost enough damage. Yeah, there is enough damage. There's pretty big right clicks from the Lina with the Yules and the Shadow Blade. That's the level 2 ult as well, and I imagine it's going to be the Axe picked up next, just to make sure there's no way that the Spell Shield can save the AM from anything the Lina has to offer. Mid tower will be going down. Witch Doctor won't quite get
enough right foot, but now he's going to be diving by the top.
going again.
Sven is just behind him, so they may be able to go, but then you get the double stun and the ult.
Yeah.
And he'll get a little bit of damage on the Sven, but like I said, he's got 2000 HP. How's he going to kill that?
2000 HP, 17 armor, and that's without the Warcry, which will give him at this stage another 5.
Yeah, it's quite a nice stats build there. He's got 3 points in his stats at the moment.
Yeah, that's interesting. Not as many in the stuns. I guess he just feels like he doesn't need the extra damage. The plus 75 from each one is kind of good because it's an AoE, but it's not, it's not huge.
I'm quite surprised he actually went back to get level 2, because when he was level 9 he only had 1 point in it, so you think once you're committed to that build, you just probably leave it.
I don't know, I just think that the heroes on the Dire side, on the Manchester side right now, are still super low health. Max health on the Lone Druid when he's not in his whatever form, beast form or whatever.
That 900.
Only at 900. Dazzle only 700. Razor, the tankiest person on the team, is only at 130 right now. He's got a Met coming out.
Anti-Mage being initiated on. Don't think he's going to die just yet.
Oh,
actually
look at
return
that
and
damage
hit
onto the Lina. You made a mistake this time, buddy. I think he got seen by the Sentry Ward. Lina going a little bit too far, and she needs to be. Because Luffy needs to be super, super careful about how he plays this. Top lane, Anti-Mage won't be able to rotate up for this, so it's going to be the Dazzle going straight down. Doesn't get a chance. Get the Grave. Now the Bear is forcing the bench to run away, but she's just going to turn around, hit the Bear, another one gets summoned. Then it's just serving as a wall between the enemy heroes and people trying to escape, so kind of a mess around the map there for Cambridge.
And meanwhile down bottom, Robbie G just once again just trying to push, and then Tusk initiating on him, and then Tusk not being able to kill him. So just having these points in the spell shields actually made it quite difficult to do it.
Random smoke from the Tusk there when he went to use his buff, that was unfortunate.
And once again another support pick off in the jungle.
Yep, I'm feeling like this isn't enough though. What Cambridge have managed to take control of the map. Like, whatever bit of the map they're in, there's nothing that Manchester can really do to contest it. However, the rest of the map is being left completely open to the AM, who will now come top and try and get the takedown onto the Sven. I think they'll probably be able to get out of here. The 4-staff from the Batrider got the Sven away, and there's not going to be any catches. But they're controlling whatever bit of the map they're in, but the AM is being able to do whatever he wants elsewhere. He's going to be picking up the Yasha in the next 30 seconds.
And that's Dazzle gone. Wow.
Yeah, he's gone.
That must be tough for him.
But Cambridge now, they need to start focusing on the AM, or they need to start pushing, and they're not doing either of those things. They're wandering around the map getting kills on significantly less important targets, and it's keeping those targets down, right? The Lone Druid is nowhere near a Radiance. The Razor has got nothing. He's got a mech, which is nothing on the Razor. And
is Radiance the play for the Lone Druid this game now? It's got quite late.
I think he has to. I think he doesn't really have a choice. I think to be able to take this into the late game, to be able to scout, to be able to, you know, have a little bit of an effect in the fights, I don't think there's any other build which allows Druid at any stage of the game, even like 50-60 minutes in, the Radiance is going to probably be better than anything else to pick up, to be honest. So I imagine he will still be going for the Radiance. What's the other build?
I guess it would just be to trust go for like the max route, so maybe go for like a Mjolnir into an AC or something similar to that.
I mean,
but
that was the build previously, right? That was the non-Radiance build back when there was kind of a need for a non-Radiance build back when. Oh, AM almost down there. Tusk does loads of damage. Lina picks up the boost of travel instead of going for the Ags, and this Ags ult would be the vast majority of the AM's HP right now. OS bot lane. Take out the Dazzle once again.
These poor supports this game, they're not really having the best unusually deaths. You've got 6 deaths apiece on each of them.
Yep, and now Razor gets picked up by the bat, but Razor is not a very good target for the bat to lasso since he gets slowed by using it. So.
And the bat will keep stealing your damage as well at the same time.
Basket comes out just to try and stop this push. They're having trouble pushing right now, Cambridge. They don't have the best push team out of the 2 lineups here for sure. They want this AM, they want to find him, but the team is kind of stood up on top of their hill right now.
And
Lina hid in the trees here. There's a sentry ward down. I don't know if Lina got seen. She manages to walk. The AM blinks away anyway. Anti-Mage knows that he's being chased, so it's just going to run over top lane and probably take this tier 1 down.
So what would be the best way to kill this Sven? Can you kill him? That's the question.
Kill the Sven is going to be super hard. It's going to require a root and anti-mage at the very least. They just
and
don't
he's got
have
the Aegis as well, so that makes it even more difficult. He's got a lot of movement speed, a lot of health, a lot of armor, and with an ult, a lot of damage. How? He's going to kill everything pretty much. Like this Dazzle, bam, gone. Now it's Witch Doctor's turn.
I think if it ever ends up just being a fight between the AM and the Sven, the AM is obviously going to lose at this stage of the game. Even with the help of the witch shots from the Dazzle, I think it's going to be extremely hard for him. And they just don't have the lockdown. All they've got is root and cast. There's nothing. There is absolutely nothing. The poison touch is level 4 and the grave is level 1. I don't know what the hell this Dazzle build is, but it's not doing anything for him right now.
That is really greedy. What?
I mean, what? I know that they're lacking on stuns right now, but I don't know if maxing poison touch on the Dazzle is the way to deal with that. I mean, it is for sure, definitely not. They take the mid tier 2, so the push is begin, and in the meantime, there's a little bit of damage done to the Radiant tier 2 bot, and the tier 1 goes down. That's the first tower that the Radiant have lost, though.
Yeah, when you were questioning the Dazzle build, I thought you meant the phase boots at that point, but the phase boots I think are even more questionable this game.
Yeah, the Dazzle, he's having a hard time. I don't know if he's tilted, I don't know if he's not comfortable on the hero. I used to play loads of Dazzle. I've got like 100 and something Dazzle games pre this patch. I just refuse to play Dazzle now because I absolutely suck at him because I can't get the shallow grave off anymore. That's because my timing's wrong.
What normally happens to me when I'm dazzling is I dazzle.
Oh, Razor, yeah.
Oh god.
And this is going to be the Witch Doctor going down as well. The Bear is right in the middle of this, but Druid isn't close enough to actually get any attacks out right now. Tusk rolls forward, struggling with the Tusk going down. Sven uses the ult, tries to get some cleave through Anti-Mage, gets the last hit onto the Tusk, and in that time, Lina takes down the Witch Doctor. The Lone Druid gets taken down by the Sven. And look at these massive cleaves. Is there another stun? There's a Yule's here. Is there going to be a stun on top? Yes, there is an AM.
God, that
going
doesn't
down.
look good.
This is going to be a lane of racks. There is only buyback on the Lone Druid right now, and Lone Druid has got Tranquil Boots and Healing Salve on his hero. But next to nothing on his there. This He's one, maybe 2 lanes of Brax. The Sven ulti has run out, but he still has the Aegis.
I think they can just clean up those 2 lanes and then just potentially, if they wanted to go throne, go for it. But you know, just have to back off.
I think they'll probably back out. I think they'll back out after they take maybe just the tier 3 here. They don't have to fight against the AM for a while. They don't know he doesn't have buyback. I don't know why he doesn't have buyback. What did he spend his money on? He bought the Mantis now quite a while ago.
And that may be the best way to kill the Sven, but yeah, it's still got that Aegis. So now
he
what?
Doesn't mind standing at the front. Look at the damage even without the ult here onto the Dazzle. Doesn't have another shallow grave. He's already used it there. Now the melee
just
racks
got
goes
those
down.
mania racks.
Yeah, Lena managed to. Lena with big old right click managed to take that down. She's picked up an ultimate orb here, which has got to be Perseverance. She's going
Lincoln's,
for
I believe.
Lincoln's. What's that for? Is that for the mana void?
I suppose
Gotta be,
yeah,
right?
it's doing a real thing.
Then
It's,
she can't. I mean, the one threat to her this game, she's been killed twice, and only twice, and that's both times it's been by the AM using mana void. So I guess that's it. There's pretty much nothing else here to break it, right? Cask, poison touch, static link. I presume that breaks it.
all 3 really not spells. Well, maybe the cast, but not really going to be planned to use on the Lena.
Exactly, yeah. And it's just going to mean that I thought she was going to be. Oh, look, on the other side now.
Robbie G caught out.
That wasn't the blink play, unfortunately. It blinks into the waiting Sven, who'd already preemptively popped his ult. Doesn't have to buy back again. Sven beyond godlike. Has he died this game? He's died once in the laning phase up top when that double kill happened, and since then he's gone beyond godlike. He's now got an AC.
Now also sitting on 34 armor, 2200
Yeah.
health, and he can still pop his Warcry.
Yeah,
Movement
he hasn't even
speed's
maxed the
insane as well.
Warcry. He hasn't even bothered maxing the Warcry. He's taken the.
There actually
Just
much
managed-
damage left. Like maybe go up to save another 5 or so percent with that Warcry each level, but
Yeah.
it's not really that much for Sven at the moment.
No, it's very, very little. The diminishing returns. I think Sven, due to the fact that he likes to build AC anyway, I actually really like this build. And the bonus speed doesn't change each level. You get the lower cooldown, but the duration, 8 seconds, it's probably just about long enough anyway. Kind of get through these engagements, get to the other side.
I'm not sure if Sven's building the butterfly for the movement speed or just the evasion here. Like, does he need much evasion this game? He seems to be just beating everyone down either way.
I think. I don't know, I guess the other thing he could build is the Moon Shard, and I guess he just wants to get the invasion. I don't know, the only way he can go down is to right click, so that just kind of sure it up. There's no need for him to get a BKB really. Now the Dazzle does manage to heal himself up, but I think he's going to tick down at the end. He does pop off the wand. Oh, he doesn't pop off the wand yet, he survives just for now. The Razor is getting super low. Sven's going pretty hard here and he's getting low. Anti-Mage gets Laguna Bladed and then blinks forwards and
now he's just
double
using the
damage
bear
on
as
Lena.
healing.
Yeah. Yeah, there we go. That's a quick kill onto both. Again,
Oh,
no
Neil got
buyback,
trapped behind the tower.
huge cleave, and that is the game.
And that is going to be a very decisive win for the Cambridge boys there.
Yeah, 30 minutes exactly, the GG is called. They just couldn't stretch that game out for long enough. They weren't getting enough at any point in the game. The AM, against all that lockdown, just wasn't able to, be enough. The draft with the Lone Druid and the Razor and the Anti-Mage is just super, super greedy. All those heroes want to be getting very big by farming creeps. And they had 2 defensive supports to try and back them up. There was no aggressive potential. There was, even with the defensive supports, there wasn't enough to save the heroes, and like you said, convincing at the very least victory for Cambridge.
Yeah, they had that little fluff at the start, but after that, all came back with the Sven just having so much health, armor, everything else, and obviously getting those core items up. Anyway, we're going to be joining us again shortly. We're not sure what game will be ready first. We're going to try and get the next game as soon as possible up for you guys. And once again, shout out to our sponsors, Twitch, the Newell MSI, Gamers Apparel, Computer Planet, and of course, the University of Manchester. I've been Shy, and that's Max is on fire. See you shortly.
Thanks a lot, guys.